मैम माइक ऑन कर दीजिए।
You came on Saturday, Monday, and I what?
I had only this Indian social studies for Saturday.
Why you join us today?
I had to find all the
English, have you checked with them what will be a finish?
Yeah, I have checked the
Even MOB, the whole of that 3 day finished. Now you go through, if you have any doubts, you ask. Today I know mine. You have already. One question I heard about the little match girl. That what the little match girl. Then she gets her third match and then she grandmother.
Another match for the third time.
Yes, me that only. And then you ask what grandmother, correct? So have you all written properly? And then someone who's not sure I think the third match that's the grandmother. You just managed to get
I even which ma'am gave us the question like CNation or there, and she has given that. Ma'am, she gave question and answer. Same question came in exam. Another match, but in the notebook also she has given 4. Question was another match.
But see, they are the answer. You are saying that it said that what did she see in her when she did the third match and it's given about the landlord. You're not confused.
Ma'am, see, I tell you.
Question. What did she see when she? I'm not using the exact words, but what did she see when she did the third match?
No, what did she see when she did another match day for the third time?
Okay, it's the same thing. No, another.
But according to our English math, that question means that even in notebook, yes, we can answer as like.
ये तुम लोगों को पढ़ा अभी तक कभी भी remember I told you on this one should remember first match what was that? Okay, chalo now we have to the
हम कौन से चैप्टर पढ़ा रहे हो? कुछ नहीं।
I know.
Everything because of
हाँ बोर्ड में तो ऐसा बट ये कभी करती तो it would have been fresh in your mind.
29.
Okay, I'm reading the intro first, page 28. Page 28. On the banana date. सब कुछ है except your 9th standard books. और आप देखो very large में sign करना what is taking on a time Maya Angelou. I'm reading that intro. Maya Angelou is a powerful feminist writer of Afro-American ethnicity. She is a widely acclaimed author, poet, and civil rights activist who worked closely with Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Maya Angelou had an extremely traumatic childhood, and her poem, I Know Why the KHR24 written in 1969, tells of her life up to the age of 17. It is this poem that brought her international acclaim and recognition. We all know what trauma she had faced in her childhood. The social stigma. But first of all, she was a black and she was a woman. So then they were all let down. But in her childhood, when she was around 8 years old, she was raped by one of her family members. Then what she did is she told her brothers about it. That person asked, "Meko kya hua re?" Then what happened? That person was put to jail. When that person was released later after a day, he was killed. So it is assumed that maybe the same brothers or brother, female brother or brothers, whoever she told about it, has gone and killed this person. So she started believing that this person died because of me. She started blaming herself for it. Because of that, she stopped talking altogether. Subconsciously, she was not able to talk maybe for 4 years or 5 years. She could not talk. During those years, she did a lot of, in fact, you know, no, that when one of your senses doesn't work, your other senses become more active. So when she was used to not talk, when she remained silent and when she was going through all that trauma, she did a lot of reading. Reading of poems, learning of Shakespeare, all books she read. She did a lot of reading and increased her knowledge. And then once she came out of that trauma, she gradually started speaking and she got into writing. So writing basically is a way to express oneself. So then she started writing poems. And this poem, there is this Paul Laurence Dunbar's poem called Sympathy. If you read that poem now, you will feel it's the same as this. It's on the same lines. Some words, even Paul Laurence was an Afro-American. Okay, so it's on the same line. And this line, I know why the KHR24 sings, is adapted from that poem. It's taken from that poem, Paul Laurence. Okay. So I think the third para now. So you know why I say, because in your answers you don't need to write much about the author, or, if it's not asked. But if you know what is the thought process that goes behind it, you can actually feel that poem whole from your heart. That's what I'm telling you. A bird in the cage, I'm reading the third one. A bird in the cage is a symbol of all Afro-Americans and their fight for freedom. It symbolizes the struggle of being a black author whose words are not heard, and of one who longs for freedom. Longs for freedom means who has a deep need. Need is one thing, want is one thing, and longing is one more. Okay? Need is what you cannot get, necessity, what you cannot live without. Want is what you desire. You can live without it, but you want that. Make your life happier and better. And what is a longing? A deep, strong desire. That's a longing. So here now they were longing for freedom. Think of the lines, brave of dreams, nightmares scheme, and compare the liberty of the free bird with that of the shackled one. Shackled is the caged bird. It's important even in terms of your answers. For I know why the caged bird says. When you write your answers, instead of writing caged bird, you can also refer to it as shackled bird. It's at the bottom. So para by para, first I'll ask you which para talks about which word. So first para talks about which word? Second, third, fourth, fifth, and last, it's same as the third. That's known as a weak statement. Okay. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. So what does a free bird do? Flies on the flag. He is fearless. It's his own. He dares to claim the sky. It's his own. He has complete authority over it. And here we've given the effect of as if we are talking about water, because we are talking about floats downstream. But are we talking about water actually? No, what are we talking about? The sky, the wind. Okay? Downstream means down the current of air. Back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays. He does not dip his wing in the water, dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. He says that this is mine, I own it. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage. Stalking down his narrow cage means stalking is, if you've seen a bird in a cage, you'll see them just walking up and down. Or even animals up and down, not like this, to and fro. Okay? Or if you've gone to a zoo and you must have seen animals that are caged, you'll see them just going from this side, this side, Yeah? Frustrated. Frustrated. So that is called stalking down the narrow cage. Stalking, but a bird that stalks down his narrow cage. Can seldom see through his bars of rage. Can seldom means can. Get in part. Can seldom see through, let's not. Can seldom see through his bars of rage. Bars of rage, why?
Because he's
in a cage, but then bars of rage. Rage is anger. He is locked in the cage behind the bars. So in the same way, even his anger is pent up within himself. He cannot fly out, right? So in the same way, his anger is built up. His frustration has accumulated inside him. So that is why bars of rage. The bars of the cage don't allow him to go out, and the bars of rage don't allow him to express himself. They don't give him the freedom to express himself. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. His wings are clipped means wings are cut and his feet are tied. Not actually tied. Not actually tied, but tied in terms of freedom. So that's why his wings are clipped. So you know, if a bird now, if you cut the wings, they won't be able to fly. If you cut little bit, it will fly, but it won't fly that high. If you cut a little more, it will fly to a lower height. And if you cut more, then it will just walk, it won't be able to fly. Okay. So that's why we are saying his wings are clipped. So not necessarily physically the wings are cut, but then because it can't fly, we are saying that it is metaphorically clipped. And his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. What is he singing of? He is singing of freedom. So we are saying that he is just opening his throat to sing. He is not singing out of any kind of happiness or emotions there. Emotions, yes, but emotions are that of sadness also. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill. What is trill? Trill is an unsteady voice. Like how it is when you cry, you sigh, no? Your voice won't come out normally. It will fluctuate. So the caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. Means what? Things that are unknown to him because he is in a cage. He doesn't know what is outside. Huh? He has not got freedom. He doesn't know what lies outside, but still he longs for it, right? He's not happy being there. So by long for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. His tune means his voice is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Just like the Afro-Americans who are singing who are crying for freedom. The free bird thinks. Now we're talking about the free bird. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees. What are the trade winds? They are strong westerly winds. Because now the free bird is out in the open, so he can experience everything. He can experience the breeze, the trade winds, the trees, the sighing trees. Why? Because when the trees move, they make that rustling sound. The leaves make those rustling sounds. So that's why we are saying the sighing trees. When the trade winds stop through the sighing trees. So when the trade winds blow through the sighing trees. And the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, right? A free bird can go and catch his food, right? He can go and get fresh food. Now, usually when we keep pets in our house, like maybe an aquarium or birds, how often do we feed them with fresh worms? Rarely, no, we usually give them dry seeds or dry worms. Even fish are fed with dry worms. But had that fish been out, so if that bird was out in the open, or if that fish was out in the sea, would it have eaten dry worms? Never, it would have eaten fresh food. So in the same way, this free bird can also go and catch fresh fat worms. And names the sky his home. Same as the first para last slide, where we said dares to claim the sky. So it's the same thing said in a different way. And names the sky his home. That's a hyperbole. Because he's saying that he names it, whereas nobody has any authority over it. But the caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. Grave of dreams, what's a grave? So here now his grave of his dreams means his dreams are dead. Dreams uske mar chuke. He has no more dreams, no more hopes, no more aspirations. So caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare screen. Nightmare? What's a nightmare? A bad dream. So he can only imagine his shadow shouting on the scream of that nightmare. So that shows how terrible his plight is. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. Same lines. Now, last para, it's a refrain of the previous para. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. Read the poem together once. All together. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind. And it is waiting in the mornings and waiting and then the waves of cry. But I always have to go down is the day and then into God of it. It is God getting and you take our life. We need a much. Each birthday with careful care of any time, but I lost it and it's duty for our understanding. Okay, but we don't figure. We were in some way, and they from our right is and I is waiting on the right. The card is you know? Because of speech. First, caged bird, free bird itself is a metaphor. Why caged bird refers to the Afro-American people and the free bird refers to the whites. So, there on the top only you can write caged bird metaphor as a chapter. First para, first line. Free bird leaps. That's assonance. 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 What is an assonance? Repetition of vowels. Vowel sound, not vowels, vowel sound. So here what is being repeated? Which vowel sound? Free bird leaps. Is leaving. Then on the back of the wind, personification. Wind has no back. On the back of the wind, personification. Floats downstream imagery. What? Imagery. It creates a visual image. That's called imagery. IMAGERY. Done? Imagery. In the orange sun rays, again, imagery. That actually that whole thing, no, in the current tense, dips his wings, orange sun rays, that's all a part of imagery of that's all. You get only that line. Dares to claim the sky. Hyperbole. What is hyperbole? Exaggeration. Then next line. But a word that stops. BB. Which figure of speech? Alliteration. देखो ना अभी मैं घर पे बोलने वाली हूँ इसको नया बुक दो भाई का बुक मत दो भाई के मार्क्स नहीं लाएगा बाकी कुछ भी मत दो but the bird that stops now this must not be there in that book I can bet on that वो भी तो लिख लेगा भाई के नाम बता मेरे को but a bird that stops he's such a nice young boy he is see मैं अभी बोलने वाली हूँ इसके लिए नया बुक लो पढ़ाई करेगा तभी पढ़ाई करेगा तभी new one as next time bring that you can bring this also or use this also for your studies because he is written a lot लेकिन तू वो लेके आना भी तो खुद भी लिखे है खाली कहाँ लिखूं के बहाने से ही और नॉट राइट but a word that stops one word alliteration seldom can seldom see s that's A. Sound, you don't have to see that. Next line can seldom see through, so seldom see SS alliteration. Bars of range metaphor. The next two lines, rings are flipped, theta tiled images. What then last line, opens his throat. Opens throat assonance. O sound. Opens his throat. Then assonance. ASSONANCE. The next page. But it will be assonance or next line top, next page top. The free bird thinks of another beat. Free assonance. Girls don't talk. Free breeze assonance. Time freeze personification. And that full line, if you take trade wind soft through the sign, alliteration SS. Same, and the trade wind soft through the sign tree. So that has alliteration also. And and he names the sky zone again hyperbole. Platforms waiting on a waiting dawn, right lawn. There is an assonance in that. Dawn, lawn, assonance. On waiting. Alliteration भी है उधर. Worms waiting alliteration हो गया. Dawn, right, on, dawn, lawn, assonance हो गया. Then next line और wrote ना. Hyperbole हो गया. Next para first line, grave of dreams metaphor. Next line, shadow shouts. Alliteration and personification also. Shadow shouts. and the enjambment layers. Enjambment you write anywhere. You know what is enjambment now? Last time I told you. So there are so many. You see, most of it doesn't have any kind of punctuation at the end.
Nice. From West
Personification. So write down enjambment also. Wherever you want you write, because overall there is enjambment. There are so many sentences there. See, at the end there's no punctuation. Only at the end of the para there's a full stop. Otherwise, nowhere there's any kind of punctuation. And that para is repeated no more last para and the third one, no? That's known as refrain. REFRAIN. Repetition of paras known as refrain. Just write down behind you have place to write, no? Right over there. At the end of what did she say? No place. Beginning. Other side down. Wherever find some place. Find some place. Themes write down. Themes. Few words I'm giving you. Keywords. Rakhi, explain the themes.
I'm writing speech of another reader.
Freedom and slavery. Freedom versus slavery. Ranveer, क्या लिखा अभी मैंने जो डिक्टेट किया वो लिखा तब इस बात करने में लिखा सर मैम फ्रीडम वर्सेस freedom versus slavery. Second, despair versus hope. Despair, DISPAIR, despair versus hope. Third one, fear versus courage. Fourth, voice against injustice. Voice against injustice. Raise your voice. Voice versus voice against injustice. अपना आवाज उठाओ. अच्छा मैं आया होता तो मैं जरूर स्वाइप करके मेरे को नहीं पता चला अच्छा इनसाइड
No, side. With the beauty shop है उसके बाद इधर की stay ना वहाँ पे और भी तो swing में आ गया see you have to stand to the gentle calendar
now resource books. I'll be sharing one PPT with you. Grammar वाला I'll take the page. हाँ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 है. Candy Crush. And there's one tell the difference. Yeah, but you will We don't play like accident and all those games like yours. Boys generally.
मैम यहाँ पे भी स्क्रीन शेयर करना पड़ेगा।
नहीं मैं नहीं करूँगी, तेरे साथ तो कभी नहीं करूँगी। First you open, तूने कर यू वीडियो पर कर दिया। हाँ हाँ, you keep your video off all the time ना।
अरे मैम पापा आ गए थे इसीलिए।
हाँ, तू तेरा हमेशा वीडियो ऑफ Children, open page 80 first. What I'm telling you, this you have to do for homework. Page 80. That prepositions. Girl is doing it. We can expect that from boy. होमवर्क है। हाँ ये होमवर्क के लिए रहेगा। पेज 81 कनेक्टर्स इज नथिंग बट कंजंक्शंस। ओके सो प्लीज डू योर आंसर होमवर्क। Listen, I'm talking about practice exercise. वो जो पीछे आंसर दिए हुए हैं वो तुम घर पे प्रैक्टिस करो सिंसेरिटी के साथ और अपना आंसर चेक करो। I'm talking about the practice exercise. Page 80, you have 1 to 10. Can you see what is the time, dash of all those? And page 81, practice exercise. 5 are there. The storm subsided, that one. 4, sorry, 4 are there. So these you will do. And right now I am doing subject verb agreement. Go to page 66. नहीं पेनड्राइव नहीं वो गूगल ड्राइव कौशल के साथ शेयर नहीं करेंगे वो वीडियो ऑफ रख आज थोड़ा सा में क्या किया मैंने नहीं किया था इसने किया था
क्या बिलाल ने बोला था कैसे इसलिए
Kaushal, you able to see? Ma'am, it's very good.
हाँ
Okay, now for the next, कौन बोला याद लगाने? इधर जाइए बैठिए. For the next few minutes, to take 2 minutes to read what's given in your textbook with relation to subject verb agreement. What's the page number? Page 64. So open 64 and read it. थोड़ा धो. Put it in the washing machine.
10-15 साल
हाँ बहुत बढ़िया. You're supposed to be. One. Gone through?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't tell lies.
Example 3.
Everything that's given on that.
Give me one page. Give me one page.
तेरा पार्टनर भी कैसे पढ़ रहा है? आदित्य. आदित्य, no? See how he's reading nicely. Hey, you don't come under their influence, Aditya.
बिलाल के साथ बैठा हम सिंसियर बनेगा.
बहुत बढ़िया. This is feel like that only how you are today, huh? You have to influence these kids. You don't get influence. Wrong influence that is. First rule. Read it. A subject.
This is the key rule for understanding subjects. The word or is the culprit in pen. There are most subject verb mistakes.
Before a phrase beginning with of, a bouquet of yellow roses lend color and fragrance to the room. This is incorrect. What is correct? A bouquet of yellow roses lends color. Because what is your main subject?
Okay.
Bouquet, right? It's not roses. So you will say a bouquet lends color or a bouquet lend color? Lends color. Second rule, read.
Two singular subjects connected by or either or neither not require a singular verb.
So what is this? Two subjects connected by or, either or, neither nor require a singular verb. My uncle or my aunt is arriving by train today. Singular verb. Neither Joanne nor Carmen is available. Either Kiana or Casey is helping. Correct? This is clear because आगे जा. हाँ, आगे जा. रणवीर अभी तू और मस्ती करेगा.
पीछे देख रहा है मैम क्या आप.
You are talking to him.
You only saw मैम what.
So why is he seeing behind? You are also entertaining him, na?
वो पढ़ रहा था मेरे को लगा कि क्यों बोला बाहर से भी बोल नहीं क्या प्रीमाइज कर रहे हैं
देख अगर तू कल्प्रिट है और बाकी सब इनोसेंट है ना तो वो लोग तेरे को बाहर फेंकेंगे याद because you are getting them into trouble. So if that is the fact, that's reality, then you are going to be thrown out by them only. My aunt or my uncle. So now this is clear, no? Because why? You say either my aunt or my uncle. दोनों में से एक. So obviously you're going to use a singular verb. Joanne, Carmen. These are two people. Neither this nor this. So दोनों में से एक भी नहीं है. Either Kiana or Casey. Correct? Now both are singular. But what will happen if one is singular and one is plural? Do you all know?
I'm a singular.
No, it depends on what it is. See, read this. You only read all.
The verb in and or either or neither nor sentence agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it.
It agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it. See here now. Neither the plates nor the serving bowl. Which is the noun or pronoun closest to the verb? Bowl. There is one which is plates. Plates is far away. Which is the one which is nearer? So bowl. So you will take this as your main subject. So your verb will be as per this. So if you had to say the bowl goes on that shelf or the bowl go on that shelf? The bowl goes on that shelf. So it will take the form of the as per the noun which is closest to it. See this example. Neither the serving bowl nor the plates. Now the verb changes. Why? Because plates, which is plural, is near it. So if you had to say the plates, would you say the plates go on that shelf or the plates goes on that shelf? The plates go on that shelf. So it will take the verb which is the noun which is closest to the verb. Understood this clearly? Yes. दोनों singular है या दोनों plural है, you don't have to worry. But if one is singular and one is plural, you have to keep this rule in mind. Next, use a plural verb with two or more subjects when they are connected by and. This is also simple. A car and a bike are my means of transport because both are two things. Satish and his sister have gone to sea, plural. My friend and his father are meeting, plural. Now, there are exceptions. Breaking and entering. You can't say are, although it is connected by and. You will say is. The bed and breakfast was. You can't say the bread and breakfast were. Why? In those sentences, breaking and entering and bread and breakfast are compound nouns. Like breaking and entering, it's one idea. Breaking and entering means trespassing. Tod ke andar jana, right? So it's one thing. So that's why it's treated as a singular noun. Okay, so here you will use singular.
Bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast also, when we are talking about bed and breakfast, we are talking more about the services that were provided in that hotel. Okay, then sometimes the subject is separated from the verb by such words as along with, as well as, besides, not, etc. These words and phrases are not part of the subject. Ignore them and use a singular verb when the subject is singular. The politician, along with the newsman, is expected shortly. Here, normally one would have tended to use a plural, no? But if you have words like these, along with, as well as, you are going to consider this as your main subject, the politician. So would you say the politician is expected or the politician are expected?
The
politician is expected. Excitement as well as nervousness is the cause of. You can't say are the cause. Excitement is the cause of or excitement are the cause of is the cause of. So you will only consider this. Okay, ignore them and use a singular verb when the Subject. Yes, here if it was the politicians, then what would you have written? The politicians along with the newsmen are also. Parentheses are not part of the subject. Parentheses means the brackets. So Joe and his trusty Mutt is the dog, was always welcome because it's given in brackets. Okay, so you will consider it to be a singular noun subject. Okay, what if the bracket was not there? Then it would be were, plural. In sentences beginning with here or there, the true subject follows the verb. In all these sentences, how it was, you first had the subject and then had the verb, correct? You first had the subject and then had the verb. First is the subject, then is the verb. But where you have there or here, you will have first the verb and then the subject. So there are 4 hurdles to jump. This is still easy to understand. Hurdles diya, so you will tend to write are only. There is a high hurdle to jump, which means also one more thing, very often sometimes you will write the answer without reading the part that is given afterwards. So mistakes also happen. So read the full sentence properly. There is no chair in the room. There are no chairs in the room. Then use a singular verb with distances, periods of time, sums of money, etc. when considered as a unit. 3 miles is too far to walk. Why not 3 miles are too far? Because here you are considering 3 miles as that distance. If we would have said that this distance is too, we wouldn't have said this distance are too far, no? We would have said this distance is too far. So here when we are saying 3 miles, we are considering it to be one singular unit. 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense. So 5 years, what are we talking about it as? One singular unit of that sentence. When we say he was given a sentence, do we use it? We are using a, correct? Which means we are using it in the singular form. We are not saying he was given a sentences, right? So it's singular. Then $10 is a high price to pay. So again, $10 is referring to what? To that unit of money, which is a high price to pay. But now here again, we are talking about $10 only. But here we have said were, which is plural. Why is that so? $10, that is dollar bills, were scattered on the floor. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम लोग डॉलर नोट्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. So those notes were scattered on the floor. Now when I said, what did I say? The notes were scattered. Did I say the notes was? No, because we are, that's individual. Whereas here it's being treated in the above sentences, it's treated as one singular unit. इसके लिए उधर singular है. So it depends on your usage in the sentence. 3.
With words that indicate quotients, examples or not, or majority term, or we are guided by the noun after of. If the noun after of is singular, use a singular verb. If it is a plural, use a plural verb.
Okay. This is also easy to understand. A lot of, when we say a lot, you have to see the noun that is after a lot. A lot of the pie has disappeared, but a lot of the pies, a third of the city, a third of the people. Why? Because people is plural, city is singular. All of the pie, all of the pies, some of the pie, some of the pies. Got this clearly? Read the next one. Collective.
With collective nouns such as group, jury, family, audience, population, the verb might be singular or plural, depending on the writer's intent.
Again, in collective nouns, most of the time, no, it will be singular, but then it depends on the usage. If the usage is in a different way, in a plural way, it can be plural also. See the examples. The jury We'll finish this and then you take your break. The jury is about to give its decision. The jury are divided. Why here is and here are? It's jury only, no? But why ek jagah pe is or ek jagah pe are? Because see, in the first one, when we are saying the jury is about yes, that's another hint. There you can see it's means it's treated as one. Another thing is it's giving its decision. Decision would be given collectively. But if you have difference of opinions, means each person will they are not together. So there it will be plural. Okay, next one. I'll finish with this, then you take your last one. The words were replaces was in sentences that express a wish or are contrary to fact. Contrary to fact means जो सच्चाई नहीं है. If जो were here, you would be sorry. Okay, so anything that is not true or you're wishing for something, we generally use was, right? You say if I was this, if I was that, no, it should be were actually. I wish it were Friday. We should not be saying I wish it was Friday because it's not. So what is untrue or what is a wish? You should use were. Chalo, take a break.